time in Macedonia?
It's my second time, but the first time I've really been here. I gave a lecture tour last year where I started in Croatia and ended up in Bulgaria giving lectures at many different universities in the region. And Macedonia was the only country that I didn't lecture in. So I was passing through for a couple hours on my way to Bulgaria.
Okay, so what are you lecturing?
I'm giving 3 different lectures here. The most popular one seems to be the one I just gave at the American College, which is how to get what you want, the 6 most effective ways of political communication. The second lecture I'm giving is about the American constitutional system and answers the question of how the United States as a collection of diverse states have stayed united for so long. And then the third lecture is on religion and politics, where I try to come up with a theory to explain why people might be more religious than other people in certain countries. I connected with students from the Balkans and decided anytime I had a chance to come and have reunions with them, but also meet their friends and teach their friends, I would do that. And so for me, it's important to get here whenever I can. Right now, it's Thanksgiving vacation in the United States, so it's an opportunity for me to travel. I'll be going to Russia over my Christmas vacation to be teaching Russian students. I just got back from Armenia. And I like to do this whenever I have a day off. So this to me is vacation. Coming on your show is vacation. I'm going to give 10 lectures here in Macedonia. I'm going to give 1 in Kosovo tomorrow. That's vacation to me. That's fun.
Okay, we're going to make a short break here. Okay, we're going to air some commercials and we'll come back. Почитувани гледачи, останете со нас. Ќе имаме мала пауза за реклами.
Kind of the light hair. I used to have even lighter hair when I was younger.
Scandinavian.
But my siblings got a country that had an institution of slavery that enslaved black people, and now you have a black person becoming the most powerful person in our country. There's no way you can't appreciate the historical trajectory of the country. I mean, the thing about America, this equality of opportunity, we have never been perfect in securing this, but we've become progressively better over time. We've come closer to completing this constitutional idea. And in some ways, this historic election of Obama is another a hypothetical that's really not even a hypothetical for me, because it's just not possible. It would be avoid that question, and I'm not going to get suckered into answering that because I don't want to say anything that can be misconstrued. The Israeli citizens are behaving and vice versa, and I think what's going to happen here, you're bringing up issues of perceived double standards, of unfairness, of hypocrisy. Well, the more information that we have flowing on different issues, and in particular we're talking about the Israel-Palestine issue right now, the more people are going to realize how things are happening in different parts, and the more people have empathy and sympathy for others. What I've seen in these programs where I have students from all over the world is in a short period of time, I've seen places that have severe conflicts with each other, like Georgia and Russia, Greece and Turkey, Greece and Macedonia, Serbia and Kosovo, come together, and they still passionately disagree, but they're able to find these compromises, and they're able to work with each other in civil dialogue. That's incredibly inspiring.
You are here in Balkans teaching politicians how to be leaders. One of one part of being a leader is having opinion. As actually the same politician you quote, Churchill said the people who don't have enemies don't have actually their own opinions. And I noticed that you don't have your opinions.
I do have opinions.
You don't want to tell them?
I have opinions, I just don't like to disclose them, right? Because I don't think that's my role. I'm not a U.S. senator, right? And I'm not elected by the people. My job right now is to be the best teacher. My career, I'm more effective as a teacher than I would be as a politician. Maybe when I come back as a politician, I'll actually give you answers. We'll agree to that.
I think you're going to issues are important for religious people.
I think you're making a fatal mistake here, and that's the fatal mistake of overgeneralizing. And I'll give you an example of this. I'm a Roman Catholic, and actually the school that I teach at, Georgetown University, is the oldest Catholic university in the United States. And we have many different Mass times, many different times that you can go to church. And a lot of these different Mass times have different presentations of the faith. So if I actually sat with 3 of my best friends who are Catholic, and we talked about our faith without actually telling you that we were Roman Catholic, you wouldn't even think we were part of the same religion. We're very different from each other. I have some Catholic friends, the most important thing, the most important issue is global poverty. I have other Catholic friends where it is abortion. I have other Catholic friends where it's global warming. Other Catholic friends where it's healthcare. They're very different from each other.
But in that time, if you say that you are worried about that, does not disqualify you for being a religious person? Because if you are religious, you mean that God is working the way it should be. There is a destiny. If you want to fight and do something about that, means you're not a religious person.
No, I have faith in God, but I also believe it's my responsibility to help my fellow brothers and sisters out there. I believe it's my responsibility to maximize my talents to leave the greatest impact on this earth for good. And I'm going to do whatever I can to do it. In fact, because I believe in God, and because of my conception of my responsibility to God and to my fellow brothers and sisters, I am more motivated to do that. And that's how religion informs my actions, and it informs the science. I do believe in evolution. You'd have to ask the people that do not believe in evolution why they don't believe.
So if your priest hear you now that you're saying you believe in evolution,
he'd be fine. No, the Catholic Church has reconciled evolution and their theological positions. And in fact, that science and faith can be mutually beneficial. And I think that's a very important realization. But I'm not going to... One thing I don't like to do is I don't like to make fun of people's beliefs. And even though
I love that.
I might disagree, which, that's probably why you're more popular and you have more fans than I do. But I don't want to say, these people are dumb because they don't believe in evolution. I want to understand why they don't believe in evolution.
Because they're dumb.
That's what you say, but they'll have a different response to that. And I think maybe what you should do, instead of have someone like me on, get someone who doesn't believe in evolution. That would be a lot more exciting.
It's going to be very fun. Yeah,
I think that's what should be next.
But this was fun too. Thank you very much.
I had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having me.
You're coming, I hope, very soon in Macedonia too, right?
I would like to come back at least once a year. I like to come to this region 3 or 4 times. I'd love to run a leadership conference.
If you become someday Secretary of State, please don't bomb us, okay?